Hello, welcome to another video about Promtek's Condor. Today we're going to be looking at the reporting section within Condor. This can be accessed a number of ways. We've got a reporting section on the left-hand side menu bar, or we can go through the dashboard. Once we go into here, we can see that we can go into the main reporting page by just clicking onto Reports. So from this section here, we can see that we've got different reports in there. We've got production reports, energy reports, time in motion reports, intake reports, and outloading reports. If we start by looking at the production report, so a nice section here is the production by product. So we can see how much we've made of particular products throughout a given timescale. We can select timescales manually here through the calendar option, or we can go in and use the quick date range here to select a couple of days worth of data. Once we select that, then we can see all of the products that we've actually made during there, what the batches were, how many work orders were in, what the target and the actual was, and it also gives us here a actual tonnage throughput for the actual site for that range of dates. If we go back to the reports, we can have a look and see for non-conformances. So let's say we want to have a look at what hasn't been working so well. So let's see, we can see we've got some batches that have non-conformed. So let's click into the code and see why that is the case. And we can see there's one item here that's physically had a weighment issue on there. So we looked 58 and we got 19. So it gives you the amount that it was overdue by. And we can see there that that's been non-conformed. So the batch itself is non-conformed. This can actually be changed to conformed, and we can put a reason in as to why we want to change it to conformed. So from a QC point of view, we can either look at this needs to be reworked, or actually we don't think that's going to affect the product enough to make it so that it was a less good product effectively. So let's have a look at the energy by product. This shows us, for the selected date range, this is 1 day, it'll show me what products I've used and also give me these comparable kilowatt hours per tonne figures, so I can see for each one how much energy it takes to actually get it through the system. So we can also go in and we can do energy usage by asset group. So we can have a look in there and say, right, let's see what the asset groups are and let's see how much energy each one of those is using. So it pulls this down into the press routing, the blending, for instance, and it'll show me what the total kilowatt hours are. If we go back to reports, now we're going to look at some utilization. So let's have a look at utilization by asset group. So this shows me the utilization for a given time. So this is over a day. So we're looking at 1 day here. And we can see how that day has panned out in the factory, what's being used. We can see the weighers being used here. We can see the blend routing. So once it's finished weighing up, it gets routed across. And then we can see the grinding, the mixing. If we go down here, we can see the conditioner. We can see the press. Now for the conditioner, which is something that should be a fairly straight through process all the way through the day, we can see there's some gaps. So that can start us asking the questions, why is the gaps there? But also we can start to have a look at, is there any way that we can actually improve this? Are we using something too much? For instance, we've only got one press line. Is this now going to give us the information that we need to actually go and maybe put another press line in to alleviate this so we can get a maintenance schedule in place? This is the kind of data that these reports are going to give factories so they can actually come in, profile the plant and see where the benefits can be made. The Condor system is going to go in there, and the idea behind it is that you can use all of the data that it collects back to start to try and make your plant more efficient, more sustainable for the future.